An audio broadcast about everything.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Ethan. Today we have a special guest all the way back from pre-war America, circa 1900. It's Malachi. Yo, so Malachi, how's it cooking? Bad looking.
Please, sir, calm yourself. You disrespect my heritage.
What?
Nah, man. I'm just pulling your leg. I'm doing quite well. Yourself?
I'm just okay. Well, anyways, tell me a little about yourself. How was it in your homeland?
Sometimes when I think of her, I shed a single tear. But I can't stay sad for too long. I'm in America! It didn't help that Russia was a dangerous place for me and my family. We had been forced into a small little area of the country, and we often were attacked and killed by our own neighbors.
Ooh, sounds bad. But can you tell me a little more about these attacks from your neighbors?
I sure can, my fine feathered friend. The very government was against us. They had organized these pogroms, organized attacks on any and all Jewish people. The worst part was that they used any and all reason to do it, even minor things like loitering or jaywalking. Out of your sector during a pogrom and consider yourself dead.
Sounds rough.
Indeed it was.
Malachi, what was it that drew you towards America? Surely there was other alternatives as well.
Personally, for me, it was the pre-installed user base of Jewish Russian immigrants that really pulled me in. I already had some family here. Woo! Moving into a new home is quite painless when you have those around who can support you.
That's the weed, dude.
Oh,
The weed, dude.
no.
Wow, that's truly inspiring to hear. Might I ask, Ruda, what did you do for a living once you arrived in America?
I was until quite recently working in the garment industry. Brutal and back-breaking work, might I add. I was almost worked to death at some points, all to make another man's clothes. For pennies on the dollar. What I made was hardly enough to afford rent, even less so food and clean water.
How were you living conditions like during that time?
Admittedly, very poor. We were kind of limited to what we could afford, so we ended up sharing a tenant with 6 other families. Calling it cramped would be an understatement. At least it was somewhat affordable, if not completely overpriced for what it was.
Well, it was nice having you on the show, but as is custom on the Paincast, we have now had to send you down into the Thunderdome to face the ultimate fate.
Wait, what? You said you would pay me. You
Goodbye, old friend. Hey, folks, I have something to confess. Malachi isn't real. He's really some guy we found outside. But today, the stories that have been told were based on real events. Malachi had to work. Malachi's work are real, according to Abraham Cahan. We're 1,000 sewing machines worked at high pressure from the earliest dawn till mind and muscle gave out together. Knowing that there were plenty of other men ready instantly to take their places, and the contractor himself victim of frightful competition and the tools of the manufacturer, always plated up their ready fears, always demanding a swifter place. Now, and personally, I have no clue what any of that means, but I can say that it's truly inspiring.
Are you guys done?
A journalist wrote in American magazine, "They are great prison-like structures of brick with narrow doors and windows, cramped passages, steep rickety stairs. They are built through one street to the other with somewhat narrow building connecting them. The narrow courtyards in the middle of a damp, foul-smelling place supposed to do duty as an air shaft had the foul fiend design. These great barracks, they could not have been more villainously arranged to avoid any chance of ventilation. In case of fire, they would be perfect death traps, for it would be impossible for the occupants of the crowded rooms to escape by narrow stairways. And the flimsy fire escapes are so laden with broken furniture, bales and boxes that it would be worse than useless in the hot summer months. These fire escape balconies are used as sleep rooms by the poor wretches who are fortunate enough to have windows opening upon them. Truly, this shows the struggle that these people had to go through and the hideous and vile conditions they were forced to endure.
This episode of the Paincast is sponsored in part by the Dollar Shave Club. Dollar Shave Club. Shave money, shave time. The Paincast is in no way affiliated with the Dollar Shave Club, but it could be. #spawn.